welcome back to the channel. So we're doing an impromptu video because this isn't planned, but because it's International Women's Day, I felt like I should talk about this stuff. So I and my roommate were discussing about the rights of a woman in today's society and the whole submission thing that guys always bring up, or men generally always bring up, in terms of oh, you should submit to the relationship, whatever he does is right. First things first, that is not to stop distracting me. That is not to a boyfriend or a man generally. They even make that statement when it comes to your boss in the office. If you're maybe a secretary, or maybe you're just below him in rank, you're oh, you should submit to whatever he says. The Bible specifies husbands to wives or wives to husbands. It's a relationship in the context of marriage. It's not every man I see on the road I'm supposed to submit to. Do you get? So I think I want to explain all that in this video. So stick around. And we're back. So we're going to start with the relationship between a wife to a husband and a husband to a wife. And we're going to look at it from Ephesians 5:25, which is the verse that everybody picks out when they want to talk about the character of a woman in the household. You should be submissive. But nobody talks about the role of the husband to the wife. And it's in the same chapter, for crying out loud. I wonder why there's a double standard. So today we're going to talk about that. So we're going to start from 5:22, which explains the woman's role in the household, and then we're going to go to the husband's role to the wife. So Ephesians 5:22, it says, you wives must submit to your husband's leadership in the same way you submit to the Lord. For a husband is in charge of his wife in the same way Christ is in charge of his body, the church. He gave his very life to take care of it and be its savior. So you wives must willingly obey your husbands in everything, just as the church obeys Christ. That is wife to husband. Now, husband to wife, 25. You husbands show the same kind of love to your wife as Christ showed to the church. Now, let's start from that first statement. Show the same what? Love to your wife. Now, what kind of love are you showing to your wife? The love that Christ showed to the church. Now, what kind of love did Christ show to the church? We're going to see that in the next sentence. Showed to the church when he died for her. Now, wives, you cannot just submit to any man that is quote and unquote your husband. This is the Bible that you people always use on us. So if you cannot give your life for me, why should I submit to you? You can't be double standard in the whole thing. Pick a struggle. You're either here or you're there. You're either following what society wants the marriage to look like, or you're following what the Bible wants marriage to look like. And the Bible is not biased. The Bible is not pro men or pro women. The Bible is pro everybody. So there are rules for both the wife to the husband and the husband to the wife. So if any guy, to you ladies, if any guy tells you to submit, tell him first of all he's not your husband. And if it's your husband, ask him, are you doing what Christ did for the church? Are you taking care of me the way Christ is taking care of the church? If you're not, don't expect me to come out here and be all,
can you die for me?
Exactly. Can you die for me? Don't expect me to be all cute and cuddly and all nice and doing everything for you, and they expect me to just take everything you want because why I'm being submissive. Number 2, suffering is not a virtue. I can't scream this virtue. That is what I want to talk about. Number 2. Now, in Proverbs 31, which is the most iconic verse in the Bible for the virtuous woman, from verse 10 down to verse 31, there was never a point in time where they talked about how the woman should be virtuous in the sense of suffering. I really love the verse because it really shows that the virtuous woman has a lot of strength. She's powerful. She's a businesswoman. She's an activist. She's all that she wants to be, and her husband is proud of her for that. That's what makes her a virtuous woman. The fact that she goes after her dreams and her wants and her likes, goes after it, and he supports her. So I don't understand where we get this concept of suffering in your household, taking whatever your husband does, taking whatever he he like when he goes, like the most obvious one is cheating and all those kind of things. Like, oh, he wants you to stay home, he doesn't want you to work, he wants you to stay home and he wants to take care of you. That is not what the Bible says. If we're using the Bible as a standard, that is my point. If we're using the Bible as a standard, then we should take everything the Bible has to say about marriage. So I'm going to read Proverbs 31 and we're going to go from there. Thank you very much. Okay, Proverbs 31:10. If you find a truly good wife, she is worth more than precious gems. Her husband can trust her and she will richly satisfy his needs. The whole verse talks about how, let's just go to verse 17. She's energetic, a good worker, she watches for bargains, she works far into the night, she's a philanthropist, she sows for the poor. There are just so many characteristics of her. Verse 25, she's a woman of strength and dignity and has no fear of old age. There's not a point in these verses that talks about how she should be, meek and just very a weaker vessel and not, strong or have dignity or have a say in what her life should be like. That is the point of being a virtuous woman, having a say in what your life looks like in the terms of what Christ wants it to be. Anyway, but having a say in what your life should look like, not just carrying to whatever your husband wants. I don't get that perspective. It's just unrealistic. And I feel like women are really sucked in this thing. Like, we really believe it now because it's been told to us over and over again. But it shocks me that when you read the Bible, it is so different from what they tell us. Like, it's like left and right, night and day. The virtuous woman has no point where she stays at home and watches her husband goes to work and comes back and all she does is, give birth to children because all she's good for is an incubator. A woman is not an incubator, for crying out loud. We have brains, we have minds, we have thoughts. Anyway, this is my rant video. So yeah, then the last thing I'm going to talk about is the whole legalization of cheating in terms of a man. Oh, he's a man. Cheating is not a gender trait. Like, it's not. Because he's a man does not, like, it's not in his DNA that he's a cheater. No. Don't get it twisted. It's because we have given them the right that, oh, I'm meek and I can suffer for you to do all the things you want to do. No! Say no to that. So we're going to look at Hebrews 13:4. God is pro-women. Just to add that in video. Hebrews 13:4. And it says, honor your marriage and its vows, and be pure, for God will surely punish all those who are immoral or commit adultery. All those. He didn't say he's going to punish only the women. He didn't say he's going to punish only the men. All those. Black and white, people. Black and white.
All cheaters, all male cheaters are going to hell.
So, that is my rant for today, for International Women's Day. Women, we are strong, we are powerful. God wants us to be all that we can be. He brought us to this earth to do all that he wants us to do. We have a purpose. Our purpose is not just to be an accessory or an item to a man. We have minds. We can think. So yeah, that is the end of my rant on International Women's Day. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you guys in my next video.